Hello, you're watching Uzreport World News and my name is Bahram Gaffarov. The global death toll from COVID-19 has approached 293,000 with over 4.3 million cases reported worldwide. Russia now ranks second in total confirmed infections. As of Wednesday midday, Uzbekistan had 2,568 cases, 10 deaths and 2,046 recoveries. Kazakhstan had 5,417 cases, 32 deaths and 2,223 recoveries. 4,963 cases, 127 deaths and 610 recoveries had been registered in Afghanistan. Numbers for Kyrgyzstan are 1,044 cases, 12 deaths and 726 recoveries. Tajikistan had 729 cases and 21 deaths, 0 cases in Turkmenistan. President of Uzbekistan has allocated 116,000 hectares of land in Jizzakh region to be used for the production of agricultural products on 11th May. This land would be allocated on merit basis. Goods and raw materials imported for this project would also be entitled for customs tax exception.
The measures taken are aimed at a variety of agricultural products and increase their competitiveness to meet the requirements of domestic and foreign markets. At the initial stage, 55 regions of the country were specialized in horticulture. The specialized production is aimed to meet the country's demand for year 2020-2022. To implement these tasks, land in the region will be allocated on a competitive basis to potential initiators, farms and other entities, creating agricultural clusters. In addition, large centers for agrology will be created in Zamin, Mirzachul and Pakhtakor districts of the Jizzakh region. From January 1st, 2021 until 2023, seeds, seedlings and stocks, mineral fertilizers, chemical plant protection products, energy-saving greenhouses, drip and sprinkler irrigation systems with accessories imported from abroad are exempted from customs duties.
Wondernet Express International Company has set up charity campaign intended to accumulate amount close to $30,000 to benefit the needy residents and families affected by the floods. They have already supplied a fair share of special kits of essential products and perishable daily consumption food items for the victims. More about this in our next report.
They also got involved in INF, and in the framework of the charity event Kindness and Support, where 800 special kits with a set of essential products were purchased and packaged. 600 of the prepared sets were delivered to the Unified Coordination Center for the Poor and Needy Families from Tashkent. 200 sets were delivered by the next batch to the Collection Center for Flood Victims in the Sirdarya region. Vegetables, sugar, pasta, butter and sunflower oil. This is not a complete list of products that those in need will receive. Some of the volunteers expressed their emotions, stating that they are pleased to help and contribute to the society. All employees feel responsible and understand that their help is needed. Along with this, Wondernet Express employees have been helping parents of children who are undergoing treatment at the Institute of Hematology and blood transfusion for several years, providing medicines for children. At the same time, this year, a medical car equipped with the latest technology for transportation of patients was donated to the Children's Department of the Scientific Center. In the near future, the delivery and installation of a hemodialysis machine is also planned. Thanks to such responsive and socially responsible citizens, there is a confidence in the bright future of our country and hope for a speedy recovery.
Uzbekistan is a rising star. These were the comments of regional economists from EBRD in Central Asia when talking about their new report, Regional Economic Prospects, which was released on Wednesday. During the interview with my colleague, Mr. Eric Livni expressed his positiveness in Uzbekistan's current economic stability, even during these hard times. He also shared their future plans for the improvement in multiple sectors in Uzbekistan's economy, such as export, commodity-based industries, banking and infrastructure, to name few. Here are some of the comments. You can watch the full report on stream of Uzreport World.
Is more or less between countries that have very significant buffers, and Kazakhstan is probably the one country that has the most in this regard. Uzbekistan also has significant buffers. So Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan are in a better shape in this regard. Just today, I specifically looked at the Kyrgyz and Kyrgyzstan-China border. So there is traffic, there is cargo crossing the border, but it just takes longer. So there's a slowdown. But some countries are better off than others. And I would single out Uzbekistan as one case in which the pressures, even though very difficult right now in Uzbekistan for the regular folks, for the small businesses, but the situation is much better, I believe. We believe as a bank than for many other Central Asian countries, simply for the fact that Uzbekistan is much more diversified, and the EBRD is at the forefront of helping them go through the privatization process. Underwriting if needed, participating in the privatization deals, and helping with corporate governance, with other systems. So this is important. But Uzbekistan has been we were not in Uzbekistan until 3 years ago, so we came kind of late. But Uzbekistan has been growing incredibly fast in our portfolio. It's the rising star of the EBRD.
In a new development, Samarkand has been reissued a red level zone. This was after a drastic hike in coronavirus cases in the city. Movements of all private vehicles will be banned and strict measures would be taken to control the spread. Movement in and out of this region will also be closed.
Due to neglect, the coronavirus began to spread rapidly again. To prevent this, the Regional Emergency Epidemiological Control Commission decided to strengthen quarantine in Samarkand. Apart from the mentioned earlier, at all entrances, the administration should screen the temperature of the visitors, spray the antiseptic on their hands and provide new masks and gloves for free. In addition, 25 roadblocks will be placed at the entrance to Samarkand. There will be 10 mobile teams in the city, consisting of inspectors from the Sanitary Epidemiological Center, Traffic Police and the National Guard. Mayor of Samarkand said that 15 more such teams will be assembled.
The Central Bank of Uzbekistan has issued the document with studies of electronic money system. This system is taken in view to strengthen the digital financial institutes in Uzbekistan and improve the financial experience of citizens.
According to the document, the subjects of the electronic money system are the issuing bank, operator and system agents, owners of electronic money, individual entrepreneurs and legal entities that have concluded an agreement with the operator of the electronic money system. Before starting its work on the issue and sale of such money, the issuer must send a notification to the central bank. The role of the operator is to perform transactions in the electronic money system and determine its rules with the issuer. They must be coordinated in a single issue or multi-issue electronic money system, depending on their quantity. As for the issue of money in Uzbekistan, this is done only in national currency. They are issued after the provision of cash or non-cash funds by an individual. The funds are kept by the issuer in a special bank account opened with the bank. Money is credited to the electronic wallet. It can be of three types: unidentified, identified and special. It can be replenished both in cash and non-cash. Such funds are used for payments and other operations. When paying for goods, work and services in the country, only electronic money issued in Uzbekistan can be accepted. The operator can provide exchange operations both between different systems of electronic money and within a multi-issue system. Exchange operations denominated in foreign currency issued by a non-resident of Uzbekistan are carried out by the issuer in the presence of an agreement with this entity.
Senate may invoke the jurisdiction of Ombudsman after receiving several complaints from members of public by reference from individual members of the Congress. Ombudsman's report was examined critically, although the Ombudsman sent 773 requests to the regional mayors. Response was not in his favor from the ministries and departments of the Republic.
Ombudsman was entrusted with the effective use of the authority to appeal to the committees of parliament with a proposal to consider the issue of hearing information from representatives of state authorities and government on the results of identifying the causes and conditions that contribute to the violation of human rights, freedoms and legitimate interests. Several cases against Ombudsman were discussed during the plenary session of the state, including but not limited to preventing cases of illegal seizure of citizens' land for state and public needs, untimely provision of other housing. A number of proposals were made to further improve the activities of the Ombudsman to protect and support human rights and freedoms.
Wall Street took a hit Tuesday after America's top infectious disease expert warned reopening the economy too fast could spark another wave of the pandemic. All three major indices finished lower, with stocks falling about 2% across the board. Fear of a second outbreak isn't the market's only problem, says Randy Watts. He's Chief Investment Officer at O'Neill Global Advisors.
I think at this point, the market's been so narrow. For example, Microsoft, Amazon, and Apple have accounted for about 80% of the NASDAQ 100 performance gains this year. I think the market's going to have a very tough time from here moving higher unless the market can start to broaden out into a variety of other groups. I don't think the market can have a big move from here if it's just really going to be cloud computing and healthcare.
The Federal Reserve is doing what it can to sow the seeds of a broad economic recovery. On Tuesday, it kicked off a corporate bond buying program, including purchases of risky debt through ETFs in order to bolster the credit market. And there's more stimulus plans working its way through Washington. House Democrats unveiled a more than $3 trillion coronavirus economic relief package, which includes $1 trillion in assistance for state and local governments. The White House said that before it signs on to any more stimulus, it wants to see how state reopenings go. All this comes amid another round of dismal economic data. Consumer prices in April suffered their biggest nosedive since the Great Recession. Twitter on Tuesday became the first major tech company to tell employees they can work from home indefinitely. Uber is in advanced talks to buy GrubHub in a bid to combine their online food delivery services, a source told Reuters. Uber said it doesn't respond to deal speculation. GrubHub didn't confirm talks, but said industry consolidation makes sense. Shares of GrubHub surged nearly 30%.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a $266 billion support package for India's economy on Tuesday to help soften the damage caused by the country's lockdown. Details on the package, which is equivalent to around 10% of India's GDP, will be revealed in the coming days, Modi said in an address to the nation. His comments came as India's government is starting to pull back from one of the world's tightest lockdowns of 1.3 billion people, which has left millions out of work.
सभी एक्सपर्ट्स बताते हैं, साइंटिस्ट बताते हैं कि कोरोना लंबे समय तक हमारे
All the experts and scientists say that coronavirus is going to be a part of our lives for a long time.
हम ऐसा भी नहीं होने दे सकते कि हमारी
However, we can't let our lives revolve around coronavirus either.
कोरोना के इर्द-गिर्द ही सिमट कर रह जाए. हम मास्क पहनेंगे, 2 गज दूरी का
We'll wear masks, follow physical distancing, but we won't let our goals out of sight.
लक्ष्यों को दूर नहीं होने देंगे.
Many economists expect the Indian economy to stagnate or even shrink this year, putting further pressure on government finances.
Ride-sharing company Uber is in talks to buy food delivery company GrubHub in an all-stock deal. That's according to sources familiar with the matter. A merger could give Uber's delivery arm, Uber Eats, a leg up on market leader DoorDash, turning the crowded U.S. food delivery market into what one analyst called a, quote, two-horse race. The potential acquisition suggests that Uber is doubling down on its fastest-growing service to adapt to what is likely to be a long business interruption. Uber Eats has been a drag for the company since its 2014 inception due to heavy spending on customer promotions and driver incentives. But the service's first quarter revenue soared more than 50% as stay-at-home measures shuttered restaurants and upended Uber's core business of shuttling people around from place to place. The potential merger has sparked comments from lawmakers concerned about low wages for drivers and exploitation of local restaurants. But antitrust experts said the deal, if signed, would likely win approval from regulators. The value of the deal remains undisclosed, and sources say there is still no certainty the two companies will reach an agreement.
Workers on Tuesday were seen lining up at a food truck outside of Tesla's California factory as the automaker feuds with a local county in California about whether or not it can reopen. Some, but not all, were wearing masks as they lingered in a packed parking lot as trucks could be seen driving in and out. This on the same day, U.S. President Donald Trump tweeted that Tesla should be allowed to reopen its Fremont assembly plant, echoing CEO Elon Musk's defiant tone against county officials who have ordered it to remain closed amid the lockdown. Tesla on Saturday had sued Alameda County over its decision, alleging the county violated state constitution by defying the governor's orders to allow manufacturers to reopen. Musk threatened to move Tesla's sole U.S. vehicle factory out of California. Then on Monday, Musk said production was resuming, and if anyone had to be arrested, it should be him. Late on Monday, county health officials said they had notified Tesla it could not operate without a county-approved plan. But despite the mounting conflict, production appeared to shift into gear Tuesday afternoon.
These were the latest news for today. Goodbye.